here for all of us. So Rhumba greetings to all the Bameloman de la bonne musique, the people that love good music. So the year has started off very well. As we crossed over into the new year, I decided to know where everybody else was crossing into the new year. You know, as far as the Rhumba Republic was concerned, Gramo Pao and Cindy Lecoeur and Katia Latte crossed the year in Abidjan at the Sofitel Palace, you know, that big hall that is usually so nice. That's where they spent their New Year's Eve. Le Padre had a concert, a private VIP concert at in Equatorial Guinea. Feli Ipupa crossed his year in Cameroon on the 31st of December as well. So those are like the giants of what is going on. Okay, since my last post, a lot also has happened. Eritie Watanabe released a song which was as a gospel song, was released about I think now it's almost a month or a little over a month. Is doing quite well, but I think it has not received the audience as much as I feel like it should. Reason being, of course, you know, right now people are still on the heat of Dynasty. People are consuming Dynasty from Ferre Gola. So what pushed me to make a video today was, of course, Goloa's V. I wanted to say something about what is going on right now around Ferre Gola. That is like the center of my heart. Yeah. So apparently there's something going on around TikTok. It's very viral. I don't know whether it's also on other social media platforms, but there is a lot of insults and attacks going back and forth between people that love Ferre Gola and a once journalist. He was once a journalist, but I think now he works is a government official. He's either working in government or he's working for the government. And apparently this top official, he's called Zachary Bababaswe. So he has a child abroad, and this child is not well. Let me just put it that way. He's apparently not doing well. So there has been insults here and there. This started way back during the Francophonie time. Zachary was really throwing insults at Ferre Gola for God knows what reason. We had to dig that out. They probably had dragging something over years, but then, you know, right now the Ferre Gola that is active right now is not the Ferre Gola that was before. Okay, and that brings me to the reason why I want to make this video today. Ferre Gola must be the artist that has been insulted the most in the Rhumba Republic. I am yet to find another artist who has received so much insults and attacks ever since he started his career like Ferre Gola. He started off his career at a young band right then that was called Rhumba de Jeunes. When he was at Rhumba de Jeunes, there was auditions. You know, big bands usually do auditions here and there. And that time, Wenge Musica 4x4 were doing an audition. And it was then that Le Roi de la Forêt son, you know, called him into the stage. He did 1 or 2 vocals and he impressed them, and he joined Wenge Musica 4x4. And that must have been the only peaceful transition that this artist had, according to my research. You can correct me in the comment section. We are here to learn. It is all for the love of Rhumba. It is all for the love of good music, and it is all for the love of African music. That must have been the only transition that was not insultive. When he was leaving Wenge Musica 4x4 to join Werason and form Wenge Musica Mesomer. Now, it found during that time the band had disintegrated into 3 different bands. There was Wenge Musica Tonya Tonya for Adolf Dominguez, and then there was Wenge Musica Besebeje that belonged to Jiben Piana, and there was Wenge Musica Mesomer that belonged to Werason Gyama. So naturally there was insults between the three bands, you know, the 3 orchestras that were formed. But the biggest war was between Jiben Piana's Besebeje and Werason's Mesomer. The person that was bang in the middle of these insults was none other than Ferre Gola. Anytime the people of Besebeje, anytime they had the opportunity to insult, they would pick on that boy. They would pick on the young Ferre Gola, as if that was not enough. He spent a good time at Mesomer, did amazing vocals, thanks to this transition, thanks to this divide of Wenge Musica. Classical hits like Vita Imana came, classical hits like Victime d'amour came, classical vocals like Nostalgie came about, you know, thanks to Wenge Musica Mesomer. So after spending such a long time, this guy now decides that, you know, there were like 3 members of Mesomer that decided to make another band, which they called Les Miracles. Les Maquis. No, Les Miracles was the name of the band, of the album that they formed, that they created after forming their band, which they called Les Maquis. When the transition happened, the people that stayed back with Wenge Musica Mesomer, of course there were attacks here and there, because you would feel like you have been betrayed, and you feel like you have been belittled, and you feel like you want to feel better. Of course there was a drag here and there, and the person that was bang in the middle of those insults again was Ferre Gola. As if that was not enough, after creating the album Les Miracles, the 3 of them, because it was a band constituting of Ferre Gola, Bill Clinton, Kalonji, and Jedite Mulopwe, they disintegrated for God knows what reason. Apparently there was a betrayal either between the 3 of them, or one had betrayed 2, or 2 had betrayed 1. The story is complicated, but that is again the Rhumba Republic. Without the buzz, there is no show. When there is no show, there is no buzz. After they went their different ways, of course, Bill Clinton had his own movement. JDT went abroad. I think he went and settled in Brussels, in Belgium. And Ferre Gola also had his own jet set band. Now no. Sorry, little correction. Then now he wanted to create his own band. Before he created his own band, he decided to join Katilate, because he wanted this one. Now I take it from his interviews that he has had of recent, when he is being asked about his time that he spent in Katilate. He wanted to pick a few things from Koffi Olomide, because during that time Wenge Musica was a very energetic movement. They had this spirit. They had like the best generics, they had the best dance moves. It was more of their generics that were a hit than their ballads. So Ferre Gola, having been one with a very great vocals, he knew that we really needed to know how best to do these ballads. And Katilate had a stronger points when it comes to the softer songs, the softer ballads. So he joined Katilate for a short period of time, and during this transition, when he left Les Maquis and joined Katilate, he also says that was the part when he was insulted and insulted and insulted like never before. So he comes to Katilate, spends a little time. Of course, a man with such a great voice, he is intimidating. Yes. So of course, within the band itself, there was also, issues here and there. You were mistreated, you're shown this and that and that. But then again, Ferre Gola came out as well victorious, because his vocals were everywhere. I mean, the song like Insecticide, those are, so good songs are those ones that you don't really fall in love with immediately. Those are songs that you fall in love with over the time. And songs that you fall in love with over the time, those ones never leave you. You never fall out of love with them. So we're talking Insecticide. We're talking about this Sisi Silivi, the remix. Those were like the major vocals that he had during his time at Katilate. Those ones have really stayed in the hearts of Bameloman de la Bonne Musique. So when he left Katilate now, and now formed Jet Set, his solo band, his own group, again, attacks were now everywhere. This time around, it was, the rivalry between him and F Victim now was now like, on the spotlight, and it has never been the same again until today. So my issue with this ex-journalist that insulted Ferre Gola is because the person that filmed his child abroad was not Ferre Gola. It was another person, but it was someone who is a fan of Ferre Gola. Filmed him, gave him 10 euros, told him, tell your father to stop insulting people, tell your father to stop insulting our patron, and I also condemn that in the highest terms possible. I think it is wrong to capture someone who is not mentally correct, because you're taking advantage of his insanity. But then again, I mean, Le Padre had nothing to do with that video. The reason why this journalist would find it seriously important for him to attach that video to the artist is still not clear for me until today. But I think he has also been shocked, because the reason why I have given a long history of insults that have been rained on this guy is because things have changed. During that time when this guy was being insulted, he was the only one who was defending himself. He didn't really have people that, of course he had fan base. He had a fan base, but they were not as crazy as the ones that are there today. Today there is social media. There is Instagram, there is TikTok, there is Facebook, there is YouTube, there are lives. Everything is accessible to everybody. And this guy has won the hearts of people until today. So right now, anybody that insults this man, you are left for the world, because he is no longer replying to anybody. He's like, gauche, droite. He is not talking. He goes about his own business like he did not hear anything. Why? Because the fan base that he has, people should run to TikTok and see what people are doing, what people are doing to that journalist. I think he's sitting somewhere and just wondering, why did I start with this man? Ferre Gola of today is not Ferre Gola of yesterday. That guy has the whole world. He has a huge chunk of fan base. I'm not talking about the Anglophone fans, because those ones, if they come, the show will be over. These people are very lucky that the Anglophone fans don't understand French and they don't understand Lingala, because those ones are the worst. Those are the worst attackers, and those are the ones that love this man. I'm telling you, as a Kenyan, those are the ones that love this man front and back. They will do anything to defend him. So in a nutshell, there's this journalist that insulted Le Padre, and Le Padre has not answered because he has a gladiator. He has the gladiators, and gladiators are raining, attacks on these journalists back to back. In fact, the gladiators are so bad until they're like, you need to just give us permission, and we will be attacking anybody that is attacking anyone that you want us to attack. We are ready. Hey, Zambenagai. There is showbiz in the Rhumba Republic. It is not a joke. So thank you so much for joining. Kindly subscribe to my channel, and write to me on the comment section what you would want us to discuss about. I am compiling information to present an analysis about the famous rivalry between TPOK Jazz and Afrisa International. I think that is a story that would be very interesting to know, because this showbiz that we are having today, this is something that started from that time. That is where the war started, and that is where the clash started, and it has trickled down all to the 5th generation of Rhumba. But then again, without this confrontation, it will not be interesting. Let us just, showbiz, polemic, sapology, and music, they all go together. That is why it is called the Rhumba Republic. Je vous aime.